What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 22 of the Dank Shrine. Well, 22, 23. 23.
Episode 23. Week
Episode
24.
23. What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 23 of the Dank Shrine. Dude, 24 weeks, you said? Is that what it is?
24 weeks.
Dude, that's... Yep. What are we? We're 2 episodes away from a half a year. We've been doing this for a long time. We've been doing pretty fucking good. I'm pretty proud of us.
It's awesome.
I'm pretty.
And I'm saying you got to measure a show in at least like dog years.
Dog years.
You know,
something like that. Something
at least
like
3.5 years old.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It feels like we've been around forever. We've all been around in the scene forever for a long time. But yeah.
You see, and speaking of, we're planning on our special guest being our normal host, but new to the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, Seeker, it's all about you today, man. So how do you feel?
I have mixed feelings, but
it's the Seeker show.
Let's do this.
Well okay.
It's going to be kind of like an interview, but also like a roast. You ever been on a roast? So let's call this the roast of Seeker, if you will.
I'm excited. It's almost my birthday, and people get roasted on their birthdays.
Exactly. So first off, happy birthday, man. We thank you for hanging out with us on your birthday. We appreciate it.
Yeah, the strippers will be there in a bit, I think. So.
Yep. The strippergram. Should we jump out of that cake pretty quick? Taste. It
was so funny.
Hang on.
So funny because
the stripper actually isn't a woman though.
Yeah.
It's tasteless.
We got dragon.
No, it's tasteless. Yep.
Hey, I will take a tasteless stripper over female strippers any day.
I'll take tasteless over anything.
But it's so funny that you mentioned that because, like I told you, my friends are over here right now.
Yeah.
And they're drunk and shit, and they're like, "Yo, if you're on your stream, we're gonna bust in. We're gonna be naked. We're gonna be the strippers you hired for."
That's fine. I mean, dude,
you're like,
it's worth it.
You're like, guys, you do you.
I literally said the words. If you guys do that, I'm gonna quit Dank Shrine.
What are you guys drinking?
Huh?
What are you drinking?
Let's see. There was spiced rum. There was some shock top Belgian beers, and then we got this top shelf vodka thing we're gonna test out later.
Nice.
Yeah, a little exploration stuff.
I like it. Well, okay. So for you guys too, and for our viewers, what do you guys think of this new fucking logo? I like it. I think it's fucking awesome. And same with this overlay. I love it. So big shout out to the dudes over at Sloth Esports for helping us out with the new logo, and the new overlay. I think it's dank as fuck. There's a couple little tweaks, but overall, I really like it. I'm actually in love with it.
Our last one is really good, but shouts out to Sloth Esports. They did a hell of a job, and I think they got a little something for us, if I call correctly.
Yeah, I'll be bringing it up throughout, but they did send us some of these. You can see just by the size of this thing next to my fucking head, these things are huge. So this is our giveaway for today. This is gonna be the Sloth. This is the medium size mouse pad that we're going to be giving away.
The size of my whole desk.
Yeah. So this will go anywhere in the U.S. and I will ship it to Canada. So just FYI, this will go U.S. or Canada.
The continental U.S.
I'll be showing that off throughout the day too. What's up, man?
Yeah,
what you got?
I don't want to be a guest. I want that mouse pad.
I'm sorry. We'll get you one eventually, though. I will say
I'm gonna go in the Twitch chat as some other account, and I'm just.
I will say that I'm using one right now, and without being biased, it is honestly it is the best mouse pad I've ever owned. I have a glass top desk, and I have one that has a very similar feeling bottom, right? And I have both of them. They feel the exact same, but the Sloth one does not move at all. The other one slides around just a little bit, and it does fuck me up every now and again. The other one does not move at all. It is sturdy. It does not go anywhere. I have zero issues. Plus, it's got a cool looking Sloth on it. It's all around just really nice fucking mouse pad. Like I said, just the nicest one I've ever had. So I think it's something like a $30 value. So you guys get that for free, and also with some stickers.
Free swag.
Yep, exactly. Speaking of swag, if you guys like this new logo, if you scroll down on the bottom, you'll notice we do have some new buttons as well for YouTube, Twitter. For donations, Patreon, and then swag. Swag will link you to our Spring Tea account. Don't look at the old one. I don't know. I can't. For some reason, I cannot delete the old one off there. But for the new one, we have some better pricing, and we've got the new logo on it. It looks really fucking good. We got that in the t-shirt or a hoodie for some really good prices. I think it's $25 for the hoodie and $17 for the t-shirt, $25 for the hoodie. So really good.
Yeah,
really
the double scythe logo is badass.
It is tight. I like it. Anyway, so let's kind of dive in. We've shaken enough hands here at this point. Let's kind of get into it here. So, Seeker...
Trump shake, where I just like shake your hand and pull you in real tight.
Yep, exactly.
You guys seen that one?
Grab your arm, like Justin Trudeau did. Like, nope, fuck you, man.
There you go.
But yeah, so Seeker, thanks for joining us, man. We really appreciate you, being a part of the boys club here. We love having you. And the reason why I wanted to do this was because we had an issue with the guest. I won't name names. But we had an issue. But at the same time, we just kind of threw Seeker in. Like, I had worked with him doing the Polygon stuff. We really like working together. He wanted to be a part. Boom, here he is. Hey, this is Seeker. He's going to translate. He's part of the show. Done. But it's like, okay, well,
let's... cool, because he's a really cool guy. And this is a nice opportunity because, I don't know Seeker that well, so I'm going to be able to ask him some really intimate questions. And, Twitch chat. Yeah, feel free to chime in some of yours
Let's get very intimate here, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
it's going to get weird tonight.
Yeah, so...
Let's get weird! All right.
So what was your first experience with a man? No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
No, my first question is, because I know, so Seeker's a Brood War fan, right? You're a huge Brood War guy. I've heard you've been called a Brood War aficionado. I've heard those terms used.
Really?
Yes.
Brood War aficionado, huh?
Okay, well let's start with your start in StarCraft. What was your start in StarCraft in general?
All right, so first official
first say it to yourself in Korean and then translate for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. that's true. I should do that.
I'm used to that now. I'm used to the downtime.
그러니까 이제 스타크래프트 처음 경험은 이제 제가 어렸었을 때. Okay, so guys, this is what Seeker said. He said when he was young,
good meme.
His parents wanted him to be a StarCraft player.
Good meme.
Yeah, man, but what got you into it?
All right, so we're talking first the StarCraft viewing experience or StarCraft.
Just in general, just like what was your first exposure to StarCraft in general, whether it be two or
so first exposure to StarCraft was Brood War.
Right.
I was little. I was in like elementary school, middle school. Like my older brother was really into StarCraft, and he was the first one that got into esports. He was watching a bunch of Brood War tournaments in South Korea. He was watching like OGN, OSL. He was watching MSL, hosted by NBC Game, right? And he was watching all these tournaments, and he just loved the scene. And then he realized there was a website that covered StarCraft news, a StarCraft news coverage website. It was called Team Liquid, and he's like, "Oh, this is really cool." So he created an account on Team Liquid, and then he figured out that there was a very short supply of bilingual people around. So he started taking Korean articles and translating them in English and posting them on Team Liquid, and people loved that crap,
Right.
People really appreciated that crap. So he found his way onto Team Liquid staff very quickly, and got a bunch of heavy recognition. And of course, as his younger brother, I'm always gonna stick around my older brother because
right.
I want to see what my older brother's up to, and if he's doing something cool, then I want to be a part of that. So then I saw him watching all these StarCraft games, and I was like, hey, this looks really cool, Mm-hmm. StarCraft is a game that if you're Korean, you play it. So obviously we had the game, and we were playing
That's not just a stereotype.
It's not a stereotype. If you're Korean, you have the game, and if you're Korean and you don't know about the game, that person is not Korean.
Fun fact: if you're born in Korea, you get a free copy of the game.
Oh, absolutely!
Right, they deliver that with your baby. All right, and here's your.
The doctor spanks you on your ass with the StarCraft CD case. That's what they do. Yeah. So then I started watching OSL, and I started watching MSL, and I'm like, this thing is amazing. When you play the game versus watching professional gamers, you're playing the same game, but it looks like a completely different game.
Right.
You just don't understand how these guys can do what they do.
Oh, exactly.
I'm using the same units. I'm using the same race, but I can't produce results like that.
Right. They're doing something you can't.
I thought it was just the coolest thing ever. So then I created an account on Team Liquid. And my account on Team Liquid's actually 12 years old. I created that thing back in 2005.
So you've been TL Seeker since then?
No, I haven't, because I was very non-existent on Team Liquid.
What was your first account? What was your first account name?
My first what?
Account name.
My account name?
Yeah, do you remember what
Seeker.
it was? Oh,
Yeah,
it was Seeker. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I created the account. I created the account Seeker on TeamLiquid.net, but I wasn't active until like 2011.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I was like non-existent for like 6 years,
got it.
even after my account was created. And so like that was my like first experience with StarCraft, you know, with like
Right.
professional StarCraft. Just like watching the games and then hanging out with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get into it. You know, I was just playing a game with my cousin, and that's how we got in the game, was just playing Brood War with each other. And I think there's a lot of stories like that. You know, it's you hear about Tasteless Artosis. It's kind of the same thing. A lot of the old StarCraft heads
Well, it was like
just
that
getting into it with their family.
with Tasteless in Day 9.
Yeah.
You know, playing
Well, yeah, but both of them played.
playing back to back in the downstairs living room, apparently. Back in the day. All right. So, what was your first experience then, like getting like into Team Liquid then?
All right. So getting into Team Liquid.
Right.
Once again, my brother is involved.
Well, hang on. Let me ask this question before. What came first? Were you doing the translation stuff for Teams first, or were you doing Team Liquid stuff first?
I was doing Team Liquid stuff first.
That's what I would assume, but I just wanted to check. Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, what happened was like my brother comes home from college during break, and he's like just raving about StarCraft 2, right?
Yeah.
And I was a hardcore Brood War fan, so I was feeling conflicted. I was like, oh, am I supposed to move on to StarCraft 2 now?
Mm-hmm. See, I knew you were a big Brood War guy.
Yeah. I was a very big Brood War guy before I got into StarCraft 2. But I was kind of like feeling betrayed by my brother who got me into the Brood War scene, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How can you move on to StarCraft 2 like that? Like, but then like, I checked it out. Obviously, I loved it. I loved the game, and I was like, "Yo, this is tight. This is amazing."
That's where it's at, huh?
Yeah, and then I started checking out Team Liquid more and more because of the live report threads.
Mm-hmm.
When GSL's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
When GSL's going on, the best thing about Team Liquid was the live report threads, because you could just talk to all kinds of people around the world about the games you're watching, you know. And back then, when like StarCraft 2 was really new and exciting, you had like so many people coming into the scene, so you would like talk to all these kinds of different people.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, hey, this is like really cool, like being the person who creates the live report thread and updating them and managing these threads. Like, this is really cool. So what I did, the first thing I did for like Team Liquid was like I created a live report thread, a GSL live report thread, and that was really cool. And then I noticed that there are people who are doing, they were giving live updates, right?
Right.
For like people at work.
Right.
For people who are like working and can't tune into GSL.
Right.
They were giving live updates.
Kind of like what you did
Like
with me
an
at the grocery store that one time.
Exactly, just like that. Exactly like that. They're just like, they're so detailed about it. They're giving you like a time of when the action is going on, talking exactly about what's going on, like. And I was like, that is really cool. So so when I was managing those threads, then I also started doing the live updates as well. Mm-hmm. So not only was I managing the thread, but then I was also doing live updates for the thread. And basically what made me keep doing it was the amount of like appreciation that I got.
Right.
From like people saying, hey, thank you for creating these threads. Thank you for updating them. And thank you for giving the live updates. Because I was doing like everything,
For sure.
And so people were very impressed with my work ethic.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. GSL was not on a good time for Eastern time zone.
No. Dude, I remember.
On that, like,
I remember getting off of work. I worked at the time. It was 2010, right? So I got off of work at like Target at like 6, and like I went to bed like at 6 o'clock at night so that I could wake up in a good time for StarCraft 2 because I had the GOM pass. Dude, this is. I don't want to steal your thunder, but let me tell this story real quick. So it was right when I first moved out. Like I wasn't living with my parents, I was living on my own. I had this really shitty roommate, and we were barely scraping by. Right, like we didn't have anything. We didn't have internet. We didn't have anything. But I still had unlimited data for my phone. It was like $20 a month at the time. I would tether off my phone on my really shitty laptop so I could watch the lowest fucking quality GSL I fucking possibly could, and I loved it. Like that was my salvation. Like that's what like honestly it kept me going there for a while because like my only entertainment. I fucking loved it. Like, I'll never forget that. Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
Thunder? Stolen.
Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so talk to us more about like the StarCraft 2 transition, you know?
It was it kind of had to do with the fact that like Brood War in Korea was dying out a lot because like MSL they stopped hosting StarCraft tournaments. And all the professional Korean Brood War players that I looked up to were transitioning to StarCraft 2, right?
What was the initial reason for the for that initial downtick in Brood War? Was it just the StarCraft 2 launch?
It had to
or no, there was some match fixing, right?
The match fixing scandal had a lot to do with it. Match fixing scandal had a lot to do with it, and then NBC Game decided they wanted to focus more on K-pop than they wanted to focus on StarCraft.
Stupid.
So they just completely got rid of their StarCraft league and became a purely music channel, focusing on K-pop music. Stupid. So the only thing around was OGN. The only thing around was OSL.
Right.
And with that, like the StarCraft scene was shrinking. But then that's when Blizzard took the opportunity to release StarCraft 2. And a lot of Korean pro gamers who were finding themselves withering away and becoming forgotten in the StarCraft scene transitioned over to StarCraft 2. And a lot of players that I liked were transitioning to StarCraft 2. So that's why I decided to go follow them, right? Like Boxer went to StarCraft 2, Nada went to StarCraft 2. These were guys I really looked up to. Because I played Terran back in Brood War too, right?
Right.
Terran best race.
Whatever.
Yeah. Some people may not want to hear that, but Terran's the best race.
I mean, I've switched, so I do like Terran.
Yeah. So I went over to StarCraft 2 to see what the scene was all about, and I just loved it. And I was like, I'm not content with just being like a regular fan. I'm not content with being just like a regular user on Team Liquid. I want to be someone. How can I help out? How can I help grow this scene?
Right.
And that's where creating the live report threads came in.
Got it.
And quite honestly, like it got so addicting, like the rush that I felt of being a live report thread owner, that like I started like doing all of them. You know, it was like a dedicated crew of like TL users who always made the live report thread, but eventually they all kind of like gave up because I would always create mine so far in advance that they were just there's nothing else to do.
He was like, mine is the best. I will watch all the games. Does not matter. Fuck you guys. I will do it.
You cornered the market on Team Liquid, huh?
Yeah.
No, exactly. No, so that's the thing about Team Liquid. So here's the thing that most people actually don't know about me is that Team Liquid staff did not like me.
Oh, really?
They thought I was right? They thought I was a polarizing figure and very show-offy, very cocky, arrogant. I didn't realize that until like much later. There's a whole backstory there about me joining Team Liquid staff. It took a lot of it took a lot of work on my part. There's a whole backstory there.
Yeah, so the Team Liquid thing was definitely a big part of the StarCraft passion. I mean, what else? I mean, I know you're involved in like CTL. Was there anything else you got involved with aside from Team Liquid?
Well, hang on. So it was after, right? So you got involved with Team Liquid. You're doing the live report threads. So when did that transition into doing translations for players and stuff? Because you were part of FXO, right? That was the first team.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did that translate into that?
So then, you know, now that I'm doing live report threads for Team Liquid, I'm browsing the site more and being more active on the website, and I'm noticing under StarCraft 2 General there are all these like interview threads popping up from like bilingual people who are taking Korean programmer interviews and translating them.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, that's another place where like I can use my gifts to help out the StarCraft 2 scene. So then I started taking programmer interviews and I started translating that from Korean into English and posting that up on Team Liquid, right? And then I started polarizing that section too, and started taking up all the interviews there. I remember there was one point, I kid you not, back in like 2011, where like there was this one guy and me, and we were in a contest to see who could get the interviews out first. Those were some fun times for me and the users, not for Team Liquid staff. Staff was very pissed off about that.
Sure.
They did not appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, but basically, after putting up those translation threads, then I, playing the game more, and then I decided to, I saw this opportunity to join a team. Very first team ever that I joined was called Team Air.
Okay.
Team Air, and I joined them, and I was like a player for them, or kind of like a player / manager. But then after that, I decided I'm not good enough to join Team Air as a player, so I just moved over to a manager role more so.
Right.
Yeah, to an admin role. And then pretty much what happened after Team Air was that I joined Team Legion. And Team Legion was a pretty big North American team back in its day.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was on the manager staff for Team Legion, the owner of the team at the time came to me and said, "Hey, listen, like, you know, we're not doing very well. We're starting to lose out on players. We're starting to lose out on presence. Like, no one really knows who we are anymore. I think we're probably gonna have to disband. So we're looking into options to figure out what we're going to do." And then that is when we ran into FXO Unstable, who was the owner of FXO, and like we were talking. We had like we had a partnership with Xenex.
Okay.
We had a partnership with Xenex, and that was going on okay because, you know, back then they had Life,
right?
Xenex Life.
We don't talk about
and
them.
We were like, yeah. So we had like LGN Xenex Life, right? So that was really cool. But then Xenex died. And that left Team Legion in the dust again.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, okay, so we either have to like reform or disband.
Right, one or the other.
And that's when I was talking to FXO Unstable, and I was like, hey, what if you absorb Team Legion and we started a North American division for FX Open? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what that allowed me to do is that allowed me to become a player manager for FXO North America.
Right.
And it allowed me to become a translator/interpreter for FXO Korea.
Right, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I was talking to Unstable, and I was like, yeah, I take all these like Korean interviews that are in Korean, and I translate them into English. So if you want me to be an interpreter for FXO, I can do that.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, that sounds good. We need an interpreter.
Right. And like the stories with Leenock and stuff, like you were a big help, you know, like trying to get some shit figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I like it. Well, some more people have joined us here. So before I have my next question, I just want to show off our giveaway here again. So guys, today we're giving away this Sloth Esports medium-sized mouse pad. You can see this thing is huge. It's like bigger than my head. And is honestly like the best mouse pad I have ever used. Like, I'm not just saying that because like they help us out and sponsor us. Like, it is literally the best mouse pad that I have ever used. Like, hands down. I'll ship that US or Canada, either way. All I ask that is obviously you follow the channel and then give us a retweet. So if you want to actually just tweet, if you haven't already, retweet, check the Twitter, retweet the link for the show. You know, obviously we want as many people as possible. It doesn't hurt your odds, but there'll be more giveaways. So we gotta spread the love. Anyway, so back to Seeker. Okay, so you done it for FXO, and then so what happened when FXO disbanded? Like when they disappeared?
Yeah, that hurt a lot when FXO disbanded. Because the North American team disbanded first. Basically, we had a Razer sponsorship, and we had a multitude of sponsors, but all the funds were being sent towards FXO Korea,
right?
Because it just the FXO company just didn't see it worth it spending money on my North American players,
right?
So, you know, when FXO North America first started out, we had a very good roster, but sooner or later, I realized this isn't working. Like, you can't just keep players on a team and not give them any benefits. And so, even though I had so many talented players, like you guys have no idea how talented my roster was. Like, I had Neeb, okay? I had Drunken Boy,
Mm-hmm.
I had Hendreless. I had some like really sick North American players,
right?
Okay, who all, and this pisses me off, who all became such big names after FXO disbanded.
Right.
So
you couldn't have showed up earlier. You couldn't have got your shit figured out.
Exactly, right? Like, Neeb was good, but he wasn't that good
at the time. Yeah.
And then now he's like so good.
Right.
That was when he was playing Terran, though, right?
Yeah.
I know. I don't.
He's just still a really sick Terran player.
I don't remember. Did FXO play in GSTL?
FXO Korea did.
Yeah, right. Did they have any Americans that played on that team? Or
no.
Okay, I think I'm getting them confused with StarTail. Because StarTail did have a couple Americans or like foreigners.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because they had.
Wolf, FXO had like QXC and Chef.
Yeah. Well, they also had Wolf for a while, right?
Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah, they did have some of those players in GSTL.
Torch.
You're right. But that was like very early days of GSTL.
Right.
I was like even before FXO won GSTL. When FXO they won GSTL twice,
Right.
but they couldn't. They never did it with their international roster. It was all of
just,
their. It was
just
fully
FXO
Korea.
Korea. Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it was after all those players left FXO. All the international players left
Gotcha.
FXO.
So everyone's left FXO, like FXO North America. It's kind of disbanded now. Did you get to stay on with FXO Korea before they disbanded?
I stayed on as an interpreter.
Okay. And then what happened once they fully disbanded? Like once FXO was gone, then what happened?
After they fully disbanded, I was trying to figure out, what to do. Do I stay in the StarCraft scene or do I just move on to something else completely different?
Right.
During that time when I was a manager at FXO in North Korea, I was really close with Clarity Gaming's owner, Adama, right? I was really close with him, and he recognized my work ethic and my manager skills, right? So,
for sure.
And he's like, hey, FXO NA's gone, but if you want to come on to Clarity Gaming, we'd love to have you.
Right.
So I was like, yes, because I love the scene and I wanted to stay in it.
Yeah, 100%.
So I was like, all right, let's do it. I'll join Clarity Gaming. And so I joined up with Clarity Gaming as their player manager and managed their players for a little bit. I was like a co-player manager along with this other guy, Cav. And so that went on for a while, but then Clarity Gaming disbanded too. So then I was just like, okay, well, can't really do much anymore. And the NA scene was, kind of dying. And then also I noticed this was something I noticed and personally experiencing as a player manager is that it's so hard to run a team online.
Yeah.
It's so hard to run a team online.
Yeah, for sure.
The only teams that can really do it are like look at Root Gaming, they don't have all the teams staying in one team house.
Right.
Right? But they're such a well-known organization. They're backed up by so many sponsors. Their players are so
well. They've been around for a long time. I mean, obviously,
yeah, exactly. They have
been
an established reputation.
Well, now they just know how to do it.
If you're not that kind of team, if you're not that kind of team, you can't survive in this scene. So I was like, I like being a manager. I like being involved in the scene, but this is too hard.
Yeah.
You need the right type of players. You need the right type of sponsors, and if you don't have that, it's just not going to work.
Right.
So that's when I kind of just stopped doing manager stuff.
Yep.
And just focused on
translation.
Contributing to the team.
Gotcha. Okay, so fast forward. So you do that. Then what happens?
So then I realized that I was very active. I can be more useful with translations more so than doing live report threads.
Were you already a staff member at TL at this point, or not yet? Were you still just a community member?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. We're getting there.
Sorry.
We're getting there, but basically, I found out TL staff didn't like me,
Right.
because I had some Team Liquid staff people on Skype, and I was talking to them on Team Liquid, right?
Yeah.
But I found that they just did not approve of because I would get into fights with people on the site about hey, you created the live report thread and that's supposed to be my job. I actually said that, and then they're like, dude, anyone can create the live report thread, it's not yours,
But you're but I'm the best, so.
Yeah, but I told you, I was getting in fights with this guy about who can get the interview out first.
Right.
Then I was getting in fights with people who could get the live report thread out first. So I thought I was the shit. I thought I was the best, right?
Yeah.
I was so, I had such a sense of this arrogancy, and I was you know what? I'm contributing so much to the scene. Team Liquid has to ask me to join staff. I'm doing so much for them. They have to.
Right.
But nothing's coming. Nothing's coming my way. So then I started contacting other Team Liquid people, right? And then one person who was very honest with me was Plexa, one of the administrators for Team Liquid. Plexa, he's like, listen, you're good, you work hard, but no one likes you. I was like,
Rip.
Oh, wow. That was bad.
Yeah, bruise the ego. But you were young, you were naive.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was, because I was so I thought I was doing the right thing. But I realized if you want to become a staff on Team Liquid, you can't be cocky. You have to be humble.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With anything,
You have to not. You don't do the work to get promoted. You do the work because you love the scene, and then a promotion is just an added bonus.
Right. Absolutely. 100%.
That's
Now you get it. Now you get it.
yeah. No, that's what I learned the hard way. Yeah. So Plexa was very honest with me, and then another guy, Monk. Monk was really honest with me.
Yeah.
Monk was helping me out a lot, and I'm like talking to Monk. One time I was talking to Monk, and I was like, hey, like, you're on Team Liquid staff, and I just want to know, like, how did you get there? You know, and do you think I'll ever get there? And he's like, you know, I just did a lot of work for them, and I never asked for my promotions. They just gave it to me.
Right.
And Monk was like, and I heard you go around asking Team Liquid staff to promote you, and they don't like that. I kid you not, that's what I was doing. I was going around and talking to Team Liquid staff people and say, hey, like, I'm doing a lot of work for the site. Can you guys promote me? You know, don't you think I deserve it?
Yeah.
And that's just wrong. You can't do that. We can't like go to Team Liquid people and be like, hey, like, I think I deserve a promotion here. I'm a pretty badass guy. Because if you do that, you get the exact opposite, and you're seen in a negative light. And that's actually why, like, even though I did so much work for Team Liquid, I never got promoted to anything other than user status because I was such a cocky little arrogant kid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel you.
So, like, I was doing live report threads. I was doing translations. I was like, okay, so how can I help out Team Liquid and then not be such a cocky prick about it? I was like, so I need to start over now. I need them to see me in a new light because I still love esports, and like joining Team Liquid staff was like my life's goal. Like, I wanted to be on staff.
Right.
It's like, okay, I'm willing to put in the effort to change people's view of me and to change myself because I don't like this like arrogancy that I have.
Right.
So then, Liquibets on Team Liquid wasn't getting updated. And I was like, oh, maybe I can help out this way. So then I talked to Plexa, and I was like, hey, like, do you think I could help out with Liquibets? Like, I don't need to join staff, but can I help out with Liquibets?
Right.
Plexa's like, yeah, absolutely. You can help out with Liquibets. So I did Liquibets for like a year straight, you know? I was very dedicated to keeping it updated as much as possible. And I kept doing translations, and I kept doing local bets. And then I also started managing fan clubs, the fan club section on Team Liquid. So then I stopped asking Team Liquid people to promote me. I stopped wanting recognition for my work, right? I changed completely. I decided that I would much rather be a guy that people can respect, right? Because staff didn't respect me. They didn't like me. Right. So I decided to switch up who I was. And Plexa messaged me one day, and towards 2013, Plexa messaged me. He's like, hey, listen, like, we've noticed you've been doing really good work. We noticed you don't really, like, nag us about promoting you anymore. And so for that, like, we want to reward you. You've been doing a really good job with Liquibets. I'm going to offer you an official staff position. Right. So when I got that message from Plexa, it was like the fucking hallelujah chorus going on top of my head. I was like,
finally,
yes!
Oh my god.
This is it!
Finally.
This is what I wanted.
So how long ago was that?
What?
How long ago was that from today?
How long ago was that? Okay, so it's February 2017. And I started Liquibets in December of 2012.
Okay, gotcha.
And then it took me until around October, November of 2013 before I got actually promoted onto staff.
Got it. Okay. I'm just trying to put together my time frame here.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So you've been given. Guys,
this is my friend, one of my close friends here, Ryan.
So, how's it going, guys?
Ryan.
Love your podcast.
Man?
Welcome to the show.
He's like one of my supportive friends. I like posted on Facebook, hey guys, check out this stream, and he was like one of the first ones to go on there. So he's a real bro.
Gotcha,
appreciate that, man.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, they're over here because of my birthday.
Right. Again, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Okay.
Not for another 1 hour and 20 minutes though.
Right.
But it's getting.
We're counting down.
Counting down, exactly.
Okay, so since 2012, you're officially on Team Liquid staff.
Yeah.
Fast forward, so I mean, you've obviously been on the staff since then. What's changed since that point?
Basically, what's changed is now that now that I no longer have a negative reputation,
Positive, right?
clinging to me,
We're in the good. We're in the green.
yeah. Now that I no longer have a negative reputation clinging to me, like I can actually ask Team Liquid staff to do stuff, and they'll seriously consider it, and then allow me to do it. Like,
Right.
20, 2014, like 2014, I actually got to go to BlizzCon
Mhm.
as like one of the Team Liquid media person,
Nice.
right? Yeah.
Nice.
Because like Plexa was looking for people to send to BlizzCon, and then he messaged me and was like, "Hey, like, do you want to go to BlizzCon?" And like when someone asks you if you want to go to BlizzCon, obviously your answer is yes. You know,
course.
you don't think twice about it. Even if you have a
I'm not
schedule
saying
clock,
no.
you fix it later,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And like, yeah, it's really funny because like I had to talk to my professors about that. I was like, I said yes. I didn't even check my schedule. I just said yes. But then I checked my schedule.
You're like, oh,
then I
finals.
It's like, yeah, I was like, hey, listen, like I'm not gonna be here. I know like we have like projects coming up, but I'm not gonna be here like this entire week. And they're like, where are you gonna be? And I'm like, I'm gonna be in California, Anaheim, California. And they're like, what? Yeah.
You're like, listen, this is a once in a lifetime thing. I'm
No,
gonna
it
do
is.
it.
It is. Yeah.
But they were cool. They were like, all right, we'll let it go.
Yeah.
Don't do it again.
Well, since you did ask me about like my esports experience and my transition and how that got me to where I am, in 2012, I actually had a ridiculously amazing opportunity to go to MLG Dallas and be one of the live translators there.
Nice.
My brother had a female friend who was involved in the MLG scene, and they were looking for translators.
Okay.
So she asked him, and then he recommended me. So then I got to go. That was like my very first time experiencing like a live StarCraft environment with like all these amazing players, right? MLG Dallas was where I met Flash for the first time.
Oh man.
You know?
Yeah, so what was that like?
That's like someone you've had like that's been like your idol for like a long time.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because like I'm there, right? I didn't have to pay anything. My flight's paid for, my hotel's paid for, and then I'm in this venue, and you see this like, you know, it says it's like one of those do not cross lines, right?
That you can.
And guess what? I can cross.
Yeah. I'm the
You know?
I'm one of the
That
chosen.
VIP badge, huh?
Yeah, I'm in the player.
Staff. Yep.
Yeah, I'm in the practicing area where all like 50 computers are set up, and players are like coming in, and I'm like, holy crap! Like there's Huck, right? I see Huck, and then like, oh my god, I see Scarlet,
Idra.
right? And then I'm seeing like all these Korean players, and I was just like blown away, right? And then I see Flash, and I was like, okay, my life's complete.
I can die now.
Like,
I'm
I
on
can
Team
die
Liquid and
now.
I've met
Stop
Flash.
yourself.
No, hold on. Let me take that back. I saw Flash, and I was like, I'm really happy. But then I was one of the live translators for Flash.
Right.
I can die happy now.
But did you get to
Right,
talk
there you
to
go.
him?
I got to talk to him.
Now you can.
Yes,
Now you can die.
I was the one who like came up to him and I was like, oh hey, Mr. Flash, you know,
Mr.
your game's
Flash.
coming up.
Did you call him Mr. Flash?
Please. I gave him like an iPad. And I was like, please veto maps, you know. And then like there was one time where I got to introduce Flash and Life onto stage, and I got to be the live translator for them on stage.
Oh my god.
It's badass.
I bet that clip's out there somewhere. I gotta find that clip. I gotta find it.
There's a picture of that on my.
I've
Facebook.
seen that.
She used that as the intro.
Yeah, because that was like
That's
that was like the crowning achievement of my life. You know?
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2012 MLG Dallas, that's where I really started like networking and getting my name out there.
Sure.
You know, I was with Clarity Gaming there, so I met up with like the Clarity Gaming players, met up with Adama, and so like yeah, that was just really fun.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
So
There was also a guy, Virgil SC2, part of Clarity Gaming. He was a good friend of mine. So like yeah, I got to meet all these like personalities and got to meet all these like famous players, and I was like, dude, this is an amazing experience. I'm gonna keep this going.
yeah.
So then come 2013 MLG in the summer, MLG wouldn't hire me back because they already had enough people on hand, but I was able to join this organization called Flaming Cow TV, and they were affiliated with Quante Gaming. What's his name? The talk show host guy.
Talk show host.
Crap, I forgot his name.
I'm liking
Dang it, I forgot his name. He's so famous.
Who are we trying to think of again?
The guy he hosts a lot of he does like a lot of interviews.
Apollo?
No.
JP?
No.
I don't know who we're talking about here.
Flaming Cow TV. It's not around anymore.
Red Eye?
But it was. Gwyn. That's his name. Gwyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gwyn. The guy. He was pretty big in like 2012, 2013.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, him and his crew, like, they hired me to be the translator. So I got to go to MLG again.
Right.
And that's where, like, I met up with all these, like, Korean players again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I got to be the translator for that.
Right.
So 2012 MLG Dallas, 2013 MLG I forgot what it was, MLG Summer. I think it was in California. Yeah, I think it was like MLG Anaheim. Then 2014 was BlizzCon. Team Liquid sent me, and then 2015 I got to go to BlizzCon again, but this time ESL hired me. ESL hired me to be the translator. So I got to go for opening weekend, round of 16 opening weekend. Yeah,
Right.
that was crazy because that was where I actually got to, like, interview players, and then, like, I got to edit their interviews, you know, cut it down,
Right.
and then we post up the preview videos to hype up BlizzCon.
Right.
That was a crazy cool experience. So all these, like, small, like, little translating opportunities and gigs here and there, I just kept trying to, you know, do as much as possible. And, you know, it's all about who you know. So you have to, like,
it really is.
you have to really try to get your name out there and try to get to know as many people as possible so that they
you
can,
gotta
like,
network.
vouch for you, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep going. So I had that. So from there, again, from then to now, what's changed since then? So what else has happened? I know this is like long story time.
Mostly what has changed was, like, I joined Team Liquid staff as just like a regular guy. Like, I was just like a Liquidbet guy.
Yep.
Liquidbet staff guy, and then I got promoted to translator status, like official Team Liquid translator. So then I got to keep doing translations, and, like, often, like, you know, back when we had, like, Heja and Hero.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yep.
Got to do a couple things for them, and then, like, whenever, like, Team Liquid was doing anything with, like, Korean players, you know, I got to do that. And then, like, 2 years ago when I flew to Korea, I got to interview Nada for Team Liquid.
That's badass.
Yeah.
That Nada interview was a big hit. I was really happy about the opportunity to get that done. And then I interviewed Brendan Valdez during that time as well.
Yeah.
So it was just a crazy good time.
Right.
But basically, what has changed was, like, working my way up Team Liquid, basically. So I was like Liquidbet staff, translator staff, and then as I did more work, then I got promoted to moderator. So, like, I became a bandling, so then I had moderation powers on Team Liquid, right? And then actually, hold on, no, I'm sorry. Before moderation powers, I was promoted to blue status, because on Team Liquid you have blue status, red status, admin, right? And then so I got promoted to blue status, and then after blue status I got moderator powers. And then finally I got men in red, which is, like, the highest thing you can get before becoming an admin.
Right.
So that was pretty much my crowning achievement. When I got men in red status on Team Liquid, I was really happy because I had, like, when I first joined Team Liquid staff, my goal was men in red.
Right.
And it took me like 5 years to get there.
You got there though, man. That's perseverance.
I got there, but it was hard, not easy.
Did you let the TL staff know that you were going to be on the show?
Which show?
This show.
Big Shark? This show?
Yeah.
No, I haven't talked to him about it yet.
Well, what the hell, man?
It's on the sidebar, right?
It is on the sidebar.
Yeah.
It's on the sidebar.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll talk to him about it. The thing that we discussed, right, Toast?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
We'll see. We'll get Team Liquid to officially sponsor us.
Yeah, that would do that.
So did anything change with Team Liquid for you when they got acquired recently, or any of the other, like, staff members?
When Team Liquid merged with Curse, that was probably, like, the biggest shift, because once Team Liquid and Curse merged, then Nazgul was no longer the sole CEO, right? He became a co-owner with Liquid 112. And then what Team Liquid what we started noticing as Team Liquid staff people is like TL Pro was kind of branching out into its own brand and disassociating itself with TeamLiquid.net, the website. So now that we have so many new staff people coming on, it's very hard to know who's working with what. And TL Pro doesn't really associate themselves with TeamLiquid.net, the website, anymore. They're branching off. Well, they did branch off.
Got it.
So we're kind of stuck doing our own thing, and they're doing their own thing. They didn't want to be combined as two anymore.
Sure.
So that was probably the biggest change, the biggest shift.
Got it. Okay, so that brings us up to today. So I'm honestly surprised that you never really tried to start your own like video Korean interview like thing. Like, did that just never cross your mind, or like what? Like what happened?
My own video thing?
Yeah. Why is it taking you until now to be like on our show? Like you could have been doing this a long time ago, dude. Like you could have been like already like doing this for like a long time.
I didn't know if like I had what it took to get into the scene in that way.
Like to run it at least, like to like.
Yeah.
Got it.
You know. You need a webcam. You need a
Oh,
mic.
super. Yep. It's tough.
All these requirements, huh?
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now though, I find myself with more time on my hands, and I was like, you know what? Now that I have more time on my hands, I'm gonna commit to esports work.
Yeah.
And see where I can go. So
Right.
joining Dank Shrine, joining Polygon Gaming, like I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
We love
like-
having you. Like you've opened up
Good
a lot of
support,
doors
you know?
a lot of doors for us. You know, and you've been a big help.
Yeah.
But at the
It seems
same
like a match made in heaven.
yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
been very, very beneficial because you get to do like what you love to do, but we kind of already had like everything set up, so we were just kind of like, oh, well, perfect. Well, I can just I can join and I can be of a help, but I can also do something that I'm passionate about. Like it does line up very well.
Yeah, and it's cool to know that you're so into it. You know, that you've been so passionate about it for so long.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
it is. I feel like it is a good combination. Ever since we did that first Gumiho interview together, like I felt like a really good connection with you. Like we work well together. It just worked. You know.
Yeah, I was really happy to work with you and work with Chase. Like it was so awesome
Definitely.
to be able to work with you guys and to join Dank Shrine.
Yeah, man. Like I said, like I felt super
Pretty
bad.
brilliant.
I felt super bad too because during the Gumiho and the Classic interviews, they only did a 2-person, so it was just me and the players, and then you could hear Seeker in the background, but they didn't have a space for him. Well, this is kind of bullshit. And I was like, well, dude, like I have this show, which I don't. Had you seen the show prior to that or no?
No, not really.
All right, so it wasn't until I told you, but then you're like, oh, okay, well, hell, yeah, this is kind of, I like this idea.
Hey,
This is
the
cool.
YouTube VODs are up there, right?
Yeah,
You need to check it out, which I did. It looks good.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You guys produce some dank stuff.
I
which
will.
is why
I
you're-
will say it's been rough, and I think I'm gonna go back at some point, like maybe after we've done a full year, and I'm gonna kind of do like the best of, and we'll see like that progression from like the very first episode, which is like, oh my god, it's like cringeworthy, like how bad the quality is, like to how far we've come, just like with the overlays, with the logo, with everything, you know, the microphones, you know, just we've come a long way, so. It's been
Yeah, the
it's
technical
been cool.
problems at the beginning were a big issue. It's hard to get that kind of stuff going, but
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
part of it though. You got to conquer that stuff, you know. And it's a live show, so shit's gonna happen. Like when we had like
yeah. Well, that was the hard
issues.
part, was going live. That's always tough
Yeah.
for us. But anyway, let's get back to you. So I'm kind of interested in about your place as a StarCraft player. You know, we've talked about what you've done in the scene, but I mean, what about your progression? You know, you said you're a Terran player. You know, did you ever like join any teams? I know you're a CTL player.
Yeah, let me talk about CTL. So
Well, we
browsing
had a
Team
question
Liquid-
in chat here about CTL too, so I don't know if you see
Yeah.
that. You want to answer that?
Browsing Team Liquid, I came across a recruitment thread for this thing called the Chobo Team League, and I was like, okay, I kind of want to. This sounds pretty cool. Let me check this out.
You're like, I'm a chobo. I can do this.
This was exactly right. It's for
I thought
it's
so.
for people like my skill level.
Right.
I'm like, I'm okay. I'm an okay player, but there's no way in hell I could ever become a pro gamer. So like, this is the league for me. I can get the whole professional tournament experience
Yeah.
without actually having to be a professional
This
player.
is the
So
Common
then-
Man League.
Yeah, exactly. It's the best of both worlds. I don't have to work my ass off to like make a living, but at the same time, like I still get the tournament experience, you know.
And you can have
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
So I joined up with Trouble Team League, and I was looking for a team to join. I actually don't remember how I got into Team Unrivaled. I think I was just responding to one of the recruitment posts, and it just so happened to be by the leader of Team Unrivaled at the time. So yeah, I joined Trouble Team League when it was like in its early stages, like season 3 or season 4. So yeah, like we're in season 15 right now. So
been
yeah,
going
very early stages.
A lot of shifting his staff for that too, though. I will say that.
Yeah. I'm one of the old school members of Team Unrivaled now. One of the oldest people there. So I got to join Trouble Team League as a player, and I was like, this thing is so lit, it's so cool. Like every week, I get to be on a roster and play against people from other teams. It's like a real team league.
Be competitive. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It was like you watch Pro League, right? You watch Pro League, you watch GSTL, and you want to be a part of that experience, but you're not good enough. And then there's this thing called Trouble Team League, and it's like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
So I got to join Unrivaled and got to participate as a player there, and it was a lot of fun, and that motivated me to practice my ass off and become a much better player.
Right.
And I actually, so Trouble Team League was looking for casters to cast their game. So for an entire season, I was the official Trouble Team League caster. I had my own Twitch page, and then I had my headset with the mic on it. So then I casted all the games.
You were official.
Yeah, it was pretty official. And I got to cast all those games, and I got to use that as leverage to convince Unstable to let me cast the FX Open Invitationals.
There you go.
There was FX Open Invitational number 6. Like after FXO kind of like died away, they lost their staff members and couldn't cast the playoffs. So then I messaged Unstable and I was like, dude, send me the replays and I'll cast the playoffs. So he did. So that was my first official like casting experience, and like I would cast. Then I would check out the Twitch stream to see how many viewers there were. There was like 600 something viewers, and I was like overwhelmed. I was like, holy crap, there's 600 people listening to me right now. Yeah. I better do a damn good job.
Right.
Because like when I was casting for Trouble Team League, at most I had like 20 something people.
Right.
But then like this is like an actual event with like professional StarCraft Korean players.
You gotta bring up a notch.
You know, it's a featured event on Team Liquid calendar, so I was like, oh, this is like overwhelming. But yeah, I got some hands-on experience at casting.
Yeah.
Which is why when I came on to Polygon Gaming, I was like, you know, I was looking at what positions were open. I was like, yes, I'd love to be a caster for Polygon Gaming.
Sure, definitely. Well, I've got a couple Reddit questions. I want to get to these, and then we can do the chat questions, and then we can kind of move on into the meat and potatoes of the show, which is going to be the rest of GSL brackets, and then we're going to cover IEM brackets. So Toss Boy asks, Seeker, who is your favorite player, and what made you want to join the Dank Shrine?
Favorite player? It's a little hard. Because I love the trio of Terrans.
Love the
MVP, MMA, Marine King.
Yeah.
I love that trio. I was so in love with them, and I'm so sad because all 3 of them are gone now.
It's dark days, man. Dark days.
Yeah, dark days. Seriously,
days.
But I really like MMA. I feel like he's very humble. And he was so talented. He was so good, and like I felt like he had what it took to become one of the best, if not the best Terran player. If had MVP not existed, MMA would have had that title. You know, had the King of Wings not existed, I feel like MMA would have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And then yeah, what made you want to join the Dank Shrine?
What made me want to join Dank Shrine was because I told myself that I wanted to commit myself more to becoming a personality on the esports scene. And when I saw Dank Shrine and like they had Korean players, and I offered to be the translator for these Korean players, and I just really liked the environment. Like, you know, got to know Toast, and he was super cool. Then I got to find out that Chase was also on the Dank Shrine team, and Chase was super cool. And I was like, this show is great. And it's like, we need more shows like this. We need more people who are committed to the scene and doing shows like this where we cover StarCraft 2 content.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. It's a growing thing, and we've grown pretty well, and we're going to keep growing. And I know, like we said, our goal is to become the new state of the game.
Yeah,
which
that's our goal.
I've heard some pushback on that. Like, well, how can you do that? Those guys were all famous. It's like, but they weren't always famous, right? Like Tom Cruise wasn't born famous, right? You have to develop that, and part of that is consistency. So we'll get there. I'm in no rush. Let's put it that way. So good answers.
DJ Weed, In Control, Total Biscuit, Hollow, all these guys, they started off somewhere.
Exactly.
There you go.
Okay. Dark Lord Oil, Dark Lord Ollie asks. Hey,
Ollie?
Yeah, Ollie. Hey, Seeker, how do you feel about all the ex-SKT group in Code S, XOXO?
Ollie's one of the admins on Team Liquid.
Oh, okay.
And one of my good friends. Ollie's so much fun. Ollie gets into fights with Team Liquid users. It's really funny.
So he's like you used to be. No wonder.
Yeah,
no wonder you like him. You see some of you in him.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you're like an admin on the website, you're supposed to be like very professional,
Yeah.
and very chill. But Ollie will just get into it. He doesn't care. He's so much fun. What do I feel about the all SKT group?
Yeah.
Obviously,
the
I was
group
pissed.
last weekend.
Okay, look, here's the thing. My favorite team was Slayers, right? Slayers was my all-time favorite team. Then, okay, I'm sorry, I take that back. Brood War, SK Telecom T1 was my favorite team, Brood War.
Right.
And then, after, SK Telecom T1 stayed in Brood War, but then, Boxer and all these, really cool guys transitioned over to StarCraft 2, and they started Slayers. I became a fan of Slayers. Slayers was amazing, right?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I loved MMA. I love Boxer. And then I just felt like all Slayers players were so talented and so cool. They always had something very flashy and cool to show off.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was just in love with them. After Slayers disbanded, then I was like, okay, well, it's time for me to reignite my passion and my love for SK Telecom T1.
Yeah.
So then I went back to SKT. And of course, Pro League transitioned into StarCraft 2. So that was good for me. I could still root on my favorite team as a StarCraft 2 team. I didn't have to go back to Brood War. Not that there was anything wrong with Brood War, but I was just way too invested in StarCraft 2 at that point for me to shift back.
Right.
So, SK Telecom T1, all-time favorite team. How do I feel about the group? I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I wish that had never happened.
You were pissed. It's over now.
You have 4 SKT players in the round of 16, and they're all in the same group.
Yeah.
And you're only 2 players are allowed to advance. So of course I'm pissed.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's stupid. I wish it hadn't have happened. But whatever. They're not technically SKT anymore. They're just former teammates. So I guess whatever.
All right.
It already happened. It already happened. We already have Innovation and Sue in the round of 8. I'm gonna hope for an Innovation Sue finals.
I mean, that'd be cool. Innovation, I don't know. We'll see.
Innovation, I don't know. We'll see. Isn't that what you're supposed to say for Sue?
We'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
Isn't that more for Sue?
I don't know. We'll see.
Still is guaranteed to see it in the finals.
We'll see. Okay. All right. Last question from our Reddit thread. Let's see. Ambasado, maybe I'm saying that right. Ambasado. Ambasado. Seeker, the Brood War elitist and translator, huh? So Seeker, who is your favorite Brood War game of all time and favorite StarCraft 2 game of all time?
Oh, okay. Favorite StarCraft 2 game of all time would have to... Okay, hold on. He asked for Brood War first.
Yeah, Brood War and StarCraft 2.
Favorite Brood War game would have to be when 2006 OSL, Shinan Bang OSL, when Nada beat July Zerg to win his Golden Mouse. Because I got to watch that. I got to watch that happen, on live on the screen. Like, I stayed up for that. I didn't go to sleep. I wanted to watch that. I didn't want to watch the VODs. I wanted to be there for the live experience. So when I saw Nada beat July Zerg and grab the golden mouse, I was like, he was crying and I was almost crying too. Like, that's how happy I was for the guy.
Nice.
Because he really deserved that golden mouse. Did you guys know that story? Like how he was really awesome, then lost his father. His father died, and he fell into depression.
Yeah.
And, like, started like getting eliminated in all these big tournaments, and then came back, kicked ass, and won the golden mouse. Like, it was such a great story, such a great storyline that like I just loved. So I would have to say Nada versus Jelizerg, like that final game 4, because he won 3-1. That game 4 when Jelizerg hit GG, and you can just see the emotion on Nada's face. I was just like, good for you. You deserve this.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Definitely.
So I was super happy about that. I really love like 2004 Ever OSL, the finals between Boxer and I Love Uv. Like, I loved Boxer more than I Love Uv, and sadly he wasn't able to win. Boxer winning that, he would have gotten his golden mouse too. So I'm really sad about that.
What was the one at Hyundai Beach, and it was like Firebat Boy or something, or
Firebat Hero?
Yeah, Firebat Hero.
Where he did like the crazy ceremony?
Yeah, where he like took off his clothes and just like jumped in the water.
And like went swimming into the water?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was my favorite.
Firebat Hero's a cocky bastard.
I didn't watch a lot of Brood War, but for some reason I watched that. Like, I don't even remember like when, how, or why I watched that. But I was like, damn, that was awesome.
So the thing about Firebat Hero is like, he's not even that good. He's never won a premier tournament before, so you don't really have the right to do that.
But he won that one,
you
right?
won one game off of Pro League Finals. Congratulations, but don't be an ass about it.
Well, he was. All right. So,
yes, he was.
So what was your favorite StarCraft?
He made himself quite a name through that ceremony.
That's what you gotta do. So,
whatever.
So what was your favorite StarCraft 2 moment then?
Favorite StarCraft 2 game, hands down. My first ever live GSL Finals viewing experience ever. I got to go to Korea, and I organized a Team Liquid meetup. Like, I posted on Team Liquid. I was like, hey guys, I'm going to be in South Korea for the finals. I organized a meetup for like anyone who was going to be there. Right? And that was really cool. I got to meet a bunch of really cool like Team Liquid users, and we were able to go to the GSL Finals location together. And that's where I met Tasteless and Artosis for the first time, and got to take a picture with them. But MVP versus Squirtle.
Now you can die.
MVP versus Squirtle went all the way to Game 7. Game 7, MVP's like, fuck it, let's just go for it. Does a proxy 2 racks. Who does that on a Game 7 on a GSL Finals, right? Who does that? And furthermore, who does that and wins?
Right.
And MVP won his third GSL, I think?
Yeah.
Third or fourth? No, I think that was his third GSL.
Third, yeah.
But like, holy crap! Like, being able to see that, and I was just like, I was fangirling like crazy, screaming at the top of my lungs, feeling like MVP, MVP. Like, it was so crazy. Like, I loved that game. I loved that experience. Like, it had more so to do with my like the whole like the fact that I was there. Yeah. More so than the actual game itself, obviously.
Right. But
just like, but it's just like, it's your first finals experience, and for that to be your first finals experience, like, how can that not be your favorite? Like, how can you not remember that for the rest of your life?
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, no,
yeah,
I agree.
I was blown away at how incredible that was. Okay, that was his fourth GSL championship against Squirtle. Yeah, and I was just like, I'm so glad I was here for this. You know?
Yeah. Dude, Squirtle's a legend. You know, great StarCraft player, best starter in Pokemon. You know, it's a good combo. All right.
Best starter in Pokemon?
Yep, best starter.
That's true.
All right.
That's the thing. Like, Pokemon Yellow, so stupid. You start off with Pikachu.
It's so hard.
Brock.
Dude, you had to get a Nidoran, and he had to have double kick so you could beat fucking Onyx. Otherwise, you had to grind to like level 25 with Pikachu. Is bullshit.
That's so. It's funny because like my brother and I, when we first got Yellow, we didn't know what to do. So my brother would just grind and try to get Pikachu up to a ridiculously high level, to try to beat Brock that way. And then we found out
it was easy.
Then we found out about the existence of Butterfree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We didn't use Nidoran. We used Butterfree. We used this Confusion.
Confusion works too.
Kill Brock's Pokemon.
All right.
But, Yellow was hard.
Let's bring it back to the StarCraft world. And let's start with our first.
This isn't a Pokemon talk show?
No, it's not actually.
Oh shit!
I know. Chase is like, damn it! I gotta put my cards away. Fuck it! I thought we were talking about cards.
Shit.
So, okay, real quick before we get going, so we're going to go transition to our next segment. We're going to start talking about GSL. We're going to go over last night's games and then the future brackets. I'm going to show our giveaway again, guys. This is the giveaway item. This is a medium-sized Sloth Esport mousepad. You can see it's huge. It is literally huge. It's bigger than my head.
That head is as big as your head.
Dude, and I have a big head, so this is a huge mousepad. It's honestly the best mousepad I've ever used. Like, I've got my old one right here, a nice Logitech. I have a glass top desk. It slides around a little bit, and it fucks me up sometimes. Since I've started using this one, it does not fucking slide around at all. It does not move at all. It has such good grip on it. It is insane, and I love it. So, medium-sized
You're
mousepad.
guaranteed to win the GSL if you get one of these mousepads.
Exactly. You will literally be given ladder points. It is a guarantee. So, to get that, all you got to do is make sure you follow the channel, and then we're going to raffle it away at the end of the show. Banana for size? I don't have a banana. I tell you what. Okay, here we go. What I do have is I have a regular size pineapple drinking glass right here. So you can see, like, for size comparison. That's about the size of a banana. So, it's huge.
Oh, I thought he was asking for us to give away a banana, and I was like,
No.
oh yeah, we can do that.
I'll send you a banana too. Okay, so yeah, that's a prize. So yeah, again, to get that, you just got to follow the channel, and we'll raffle away at the end of the show.
We get like 500 new followers the minute you mentioned banana.
Banana. Perfect.
I thought you always had one in your pocket.
Well, that's not a banana, but we that's a show for a different time. All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about last night's group. So, or did you want to go back, Chase? You got the other one back. You got the other one in here too. Did you want to talk about Group B?
Mm-hmm. Are we talking about GSL or what?
Yeah. But did you want to talk about Group B, the all SKT?
Well, that happened last weekend, did it not?
Yeah, we can go over that. That's fine. So Group B was Innovation, Sue, Classic, and Dark. It was really sad to see Dark was the one who lost out first, which he was a favorite to move on. It was him and Innovation is what everyone thought. So it was pretty disappointing. To be honest, he didn't play that good. Like, and Tasis and Artosis said the same thing. Like, this is like, he's just not playing well. Like, these builds are just weird, and he's playing like, super defensive, and he's just not. It was just not good. Classic, I was who I wanted to get out really bad. Our boy Classic, and he looked good. He took that. He got that one game off of Innovation, but then that last game, the fucking mass liberated, dude. That's so fucking stupid. Like, that should not fucking work, but unfortunately it just fucking does. Like, it's a stupid unit. It should have never been in the fucking game. Fuck it. I hate Terran.
Yeah, it was kind of frustrating. Like, it's so difficult to watch, Classic play a game like that where it's just, he sits there cornered, there's nothing he can do and the game's over. But he played pretty well. I mean, the game that he won off Innovation, he looked really strong, and even the first game that he lost, it seemed like he was playing really well, and I'm surprised he didn't make it through. Yeah. So. I think the big, like we were talking about, though, the big surprise here is Dark. I mean, when you see him play even after this GSL game, it looks like he's on a super high level. And like you're saying, it just seemed like he was off that day, and it's a shame the way the GSL works, but you got to be on the day that you have your groups, and he wasn't. So 0-2, that's a tough way to go down. But, hey, Lenok called it, right?
Lenok did call it. So here's the thing. I'm going to be completely honest. I think Dark underestimated Classic, because Dark always beats Classic, right?
Yeah.
I think all Dark did was train for a ZVT against Innovation.
Yeah.
That never even happened.
Yep.
Right.
I think that's where he messed up. Yeah. I think he thought, I'm going to win against Classic, which means I need to prepare for my match against Innovation, because Sue's going to lose. But he got 2-0'd by Classic, and then has to play the ZVZ Master Sue.
Yeah.
Who is better at ZVZ than Dark is, and clearly.
I mean, that's not a bad way to do it when you're in such a tough group. Is like, instead of trying to prepare for all these different scenarios, just prepare for one. So you can't really fault him for that, being in such a difficult group. Because let's say he would have invested in all three of those matchups, he probably wouldn't have enough time to be at the level he wanted to in each. So, yeah, I mean, Classic just brought it hard. It seemed like he knew exactly how to get Dark.
I don't fault Dark, but at the same time, he should have prepared for something better against Classic.
Yeah.
Because Classic clearly prepared for Dark.
Yeah, he knew exactly what to do against Dark. And that's hard because Dark is kind of predictable. He has a very unique and fun to watch playstyle, and I still feel like he is the Zerg. I feel like he's the best Zerg, even though he lost in this group. But man, I mean, Classic just knew exactly how to get him. So.
Well, I'd actually talked to Classic on on Twitter because I had just said, hey, I'll be cheering for you, and we got to talking a little bit, and he said he was grinding his ass off, getting ready for that game because he told me he's like, that's who I'm most worried about. I'm most worried about Dark because of what Seeker said. He always beats me, so that's who I'm most worried about. I mean, not that he wasn't worried about innovation, obviously, but like one step at a time. It's like, well, I got to beat this guy first, then I'll worry about it.
He probably just figured that his only shot was to lose innovation and beat 2 Zergs, which was a good way to go about it. And it looked like he was going to.
Yeah. It came down to it. The Sue games, it was rough. They were good games, but ultimately Sue did move on, which I think he was. What did Liquid Bet say? Was he's the least likely to move on, or was Classic? Let me get a look.
You check.
But that's all I have to say on that anyway. So we can move on.
Yeah, I mean innovation though.
It was Classic. It was definitely Classic.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Classic was looking really damn good there. So
he did.
Yeah.
I think it's because Classic hasn't had any nameable results as of late. So people kind of like, well, Classic's not that good. It's like, no, he's still really fucking good.
Yeah, but I mean, let's not forget about innovation and how dominant those games were that he was playing.
Yeah. Definitely.
Can I just
This
say
guy
how?
is unbeatable.
Can I just say how happy I am that Sue moved on because we need some sort of Zerg representation in the GSL round of 8.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that's a good
people are
point.
just gonna bitch and whine all day long.
Right, because there's the last thing you want to hear is a bunch of whiny Zergs, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to hear one of these Zergs.
I mean, don't get me wrong. People are still bitching and whining because there's such a low Zerg representation in the round of 8. But thank God Sue made it through. Otherwise, we would have had a riot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on, last night we had Group C. We had Hero, Ryung, Trap, and Leenock, and our boy Leenock got fucked.
That was kind of sad.
Honestly, okay, and I'll be straight because I like Leenock a lot, right? And we had him on the show. The dude's awesome. I don't think he was practicing as seriously as he should have been for this group. And where I'm getting that from is he was literally like after he got done with the interview with us, right? He went over to the Base Raid team house for that 24-hour Scarlet stream, and he was there the entire fucking time, right?
Yeah.
And like he was almost up the entire time too,
Yeah.
And I watched his stream when I'm at work, and he just was not playing well on stream. Like I think a lack of rest and non-serious play got to him. I really think that.
This is the same guy who wouldn't help us find guests for this week because he said he was busy preparing for his group.
Well, yeah, because he's trying to cram. He's like, oh, fuck, I'm worried. Yeah, well, now you're not. Unfortunately.
So
he's got
it's
plenty
kind
of
of
time,
like serves you right kind of thing.
Well,
brutal.
Well, not for that, but he could have had a little bit of work ethic this week. That's for sure. Not coming on the show, we only took up about an hour of his time, but he definitely didn't have to go over to the Base Trade house for literally 24 hours. I think he should have been focusing a little bit harder.
He wasn't
Well,
practicing.
it looked like it was fun. I mean, hell.
Yeah.
But it is tough that he was staying up that long. I think you're right when you're talking about the rest thing because that is so critical when you're training for something
Absolutely.
like that.
Absolutely. That's rest is a huge, it plays a huge factor in everything. So, but anyway, so then we had Trap. Trap, I thought had a good shot to get through after we saw his first games there. He had beaten Zest, right? He was the one that knocked out Zest, I think.
In GSL?
Yeah,
In the previous round?
But even before that, to get into the round of 32, I think he knocked out Zest. And anyway, regardless of who he was playing, I know he had been playing well. No, it was I don't remember who.
He was in with Solar, Armani, and TY.
But anyways, he had been playing really good, right? That's the moral here. So I thought he had good odds. I think everyone thought Hero for sure was getting out though. Hero's been, I think right now Hero's probably the best Protoss. I think Hero is the best Protoss right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at recent stuff in the ladder, it looks like he knows what to do a little bit more in PVT than a lot of folks do too. Yeah. So I think that's a big thing. I think again, it's just like comparing Group B to Group C. This is not the same caliber of players. Nothing against these guys. It's just that
Well, I mean, I think Hero can stand up to those guys, but the other three are in a lower category, definitely.
Right, and not by much. I mean, we're talking about the round of 16 here, but
yeah.
It's all relative,
that's exactly what we were talking about last week. We said it's hero, then the little three. That's what we said,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And the little three was just a big coin flip to see who would make it through.
Yeah, yeah. But Young played some good games. I was happy. I like Young, so I was happy to see him do well. Someone who's been playing for quite a while, and some people say he's washed up, but obviously he's proving that he's not. He's
Obviously.
Yeah, definitely. He's planning on getting through, so that's that's part of it here.
By the way, I see in the Twitch chat 16th SQ Kuro's here, and so just want to say thank you for that dank Liquipedia page.
Oh yeah,
so,
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put together our Liquipedia page. Is a mod for our Discord. Help us out with that, and programmed our Nightbot for us. So he's the one man wrecking crew basically.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, sir. So, what do you think of the odds that we have an all-Terran round of 4, like semifinals,
Calm TVT?
all TVT?
Not good.
I think it could happen.
I don't know, man.
Well, okay, it's not GOM TV anymore, so we can't really.
Whoa, GOM TV. No,
But-
TVT. I'm saying
TV.
we have all Terrans in
TVT.
semifinals. GSL.
He said round of 4 TVT,
Yeah.
like all TVT.
Sorry,
So
I'm a little bit sick.
well,
I was saying, like, what are the
Yeah,
chances
but
that we have
Chase,
all
do you know
Terrans for
what?
the round?
Chase, do you know what GOM TVT means?
No, I know what GOM TV is, but no, what's GOM TVT?
Oh, GOM TVT is a saying that you say when, like, back in the days of the Wings of Liberty days when Terran was the strongest race, and you only had like Terrans in the playoffs.
I see.
That's
okay.
what people would be like. Oh, this is GOM TVT.
I
GOM
see.
TVT,
So GOM
yeah.
TV.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
I
that's
feel
what I meant by GOM TVT. It's like,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
we just came on
that's
round
what-
of 4 finals and semifinals, and I was like, oh, we're going back to the days of GOM TVT. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, I mean, aside from here, well, I mean, it's looking like it's definitely a possibility the more that these brackets start to unfold. So, and we got a group of 3 Terrans coming up this weekend.
Yeah,
so...
let's go over that one
Okay.
real quick. So that'll be this Friday, guys. So make sure you tune into that 10 p.m. if you didn't know, because it's a NA friendly time. 10 p.m. for me.
11.
So
11
EST.
Okay.
8 p.m. KS or PST, right?
That's like crazy
Yeah, that's
that
like-
you can watch
that's like-
GSL with like eating dinner.
Yeah, so that's like dinner time
Live?
for you.
It's the shit. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy. Like you would never think that.
Hey, but you gotta
career-
realize that, like, when I've watched GSL in the past, I had to wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah, crazy schedule.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I was a freshman in college and doing all these like GSL live report threads and doing live updates, right? So I didn't have my own. Well, okay, I had my own desktop, but I was in a dorm with a roommate, and I can't like type at 5 in the morning without waking up my roommate. So I had to leave my dorm to go to the computer lab that they had in my dorm hall with my laptop, with my little netbook. And I had to use the computer in the dorm and my netbook. That's how dedicated I was back then
that's why you're a
dedication.
team liquid
to
ad.
keeping the StarCraft scene alive. That's how committed I was to the fact that I would skip classes and fail my classes just for the StarCraft 2 scene.
That's
Passion.
that's real passion, guys. That is real passion. So, all right.
That's what I did.
So
I got kicked out of my university because I had such a low GPA.
oh man. Well, StarCraft was more important at the time.
It was. It very much was.
So group. So
My
for,
parents don't agree, but whatever.
well,
Asian parents,
What are they?
you know.
exactly. All right. So Group D, we have SOS, Keen, Bunny, and Maru. Right off the bat, I think 2 Terrans are getting out of that group, and I think it's gonna be Maru and Bunny.
Yeah.
I think hands down those 2 are my favorites to move on. So yeah, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there will be 0. There'll be 1 Zerg. Sue will be the only Zerg in the.
And he has to play TY.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. So,
I think he's done. I think Sue's done.
but stats and hero, they I mean that's
But
good.
Hero has to play, Hero has to play either one of those 2, and it'll probably be, like we said, Maru or Bunny.
What's nice is they're on the opposite side of the bracket at least.
Yeah, so Hero has a chance to move on after this group, but we're assuming 2 Terrans get out. That means that Stats has to play Innovation, and it's good. I really think Stats is strong right now, but he struggles in that matchup.
It'll be tough. I think even at a high level, I think Protoss almost has to rely on some cheesy tactics to beat Terran.
And he's been doing them a little bit, but I mean, still just struggling so much. So you got to figure innovation's going to get through there.
Yeah.
And then we'd have a TVT for Group 4. So Hero, I think, is our only shot for a non-GOM TVT.
Yeah. No, an Africa TVT. Yeah, Africa TVT.
Yeah. There you go.
Since it's Africa, just like 16 says.
Yeah.
So.
Africa TV. Yeah, I saw that. Kirill was talking about that. Africa TV. Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of puts us at the end of GSL there. Now let's talk about the next big event here, which is happening at the beginning of March. I think it's the 3rd through the 5th is for StarCraft. And we have IEM Katowice. So lots of brackets to go through. I guess I don't really want to go through all of them since we
let's not go through the brackets.
Let's just say some of the notable players here that we have playing in this one. So we have Stats is going to be there. We have TLO, Bly, Hearthstone, Night End, Lambo, Snoot,
Thermal.
Yep, Young, Namshar, Pete Drogo, Pili, Euthermal, sort of is going to be there.
Mana.
Marine. Yep, Mana.
Patience.
Yep.
And then the players that already qualified
Laser.
are Beyond Solar, Hero, Neeb, TY, Live, Zest, True, Cyril, Dark, Showtime, and Innovation, and that's a pretty strong group. So this is going to be fun, like straight up. You know what the date is for this when it's airing?
I think it's the 3rd through the 5th is what's actually aired, if I'm not mistaken. Because I don't know if it might be offline for the beginning, for for the open bracket. I'm not. I know officially. I want to say it starts on the 27th. IEM Katowice officially starts on the 27th, but I don't know for sure what the stream schedule is. So stay tuned, I guess.
No one knows what the stream schedule is because they haven't announced that.
Well,
yet.
there we go. Perfect. I'm
But
not
looking looking at the group stages, it says the group stage starts on March 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
But the brackets, I don't think we know when the brackets are on yet.
Right, exactly. So that's really all we can go through over that.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a bit of a lull lately, so I'm looking forward to this for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited.
Yeah, but they're seriously there's some players here who got knocked out of GSO early that need to redeem themselves.
Yep.
Hell yeah, they're looking forward to this.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
They need it. They need it. So.
Like Beyond, Solar, Zest, Dark, to think that those 4 are currently not in GSO right now, it just blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I know, isn't that crazy? That was what I wanted to talk about a lot when we were going through the early brackets. It's the fact that Zest didn't make it through and some of those other just top-notch players. At least we get to see him here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I was feeling really good for Dark that he made it out of the round of 32, and Solar, Zest, and Beyond all got eliminated around 32, right? Dark made it to round of 16. I was really happy. But then the dude gets knocked out 0-4 in the round of 16. You might as well have just got knocked out in the round of 32 if that's what you were going to do in the round of 16.
Yeah.
You didn't take any games in the round of 16. You might as well have just gotten eliminated in the round of 32 as well.
That's just a middle finger brutal.
To the viewers. Yep. A giant middle finger to the viewers.
Yep. All right. Do we want to talk ladder maps now? Do we want to get into this talk finally?
We've been putting it off for 2 weeks, so maybe.
So
I mean, let's just go over it quickly, man. I mean, Abyssal. How do you say this? Abyssal Reef or Abyssal?
Abyssal Reef.
Abysmal Reef.
Abysmal. That's about it.
Abysmal Reef.
I love this map. I gotta say, if you're into mushrooms and playing StarCraft 2, I think this is really your sweet spot. Yeah.
This is the map for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. I've always been really into maps, and I think it just plays such a huge part of StarCraft because the units are always the same, but what changes from game to game is the maps. And we talk so much about balance, and a huge part of it is what map you're playing on and what things you can do with all of what's there. And I think it kind of compares to Super Smash Bros. And you can kind of say that certain maps favor certain players, and it's. I think even more so true with StarCraft, and I think it's cool that we're seeing different attack paths and the way that some of these maps are set up with being able to set up from behind. And Abyssal Reef, I think, is a really good example of this, and it's kind of cool. I mean, there's lots of interesting doodads. I know some people aren't a fan of it; they think it's really distracting. But of all the maps, I think this is perhaps maybe not the best standard map, but kind of the most interesting, fun to watch, and still somewhat balanced map, if you will. Yeah. I'm a big fan of this one.
Yeah.
It's definitely got a lot of chokes, and it can be a little bit abusive for some of the tank
Yeah.
liberator stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of just the norm right now.
I'm not a fan. I'll be the first to say that. Not a fan at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
You got a take on it, Seeker?
On Abysmal Reef?
Abyssal Reef or whatever.
Abysmal.
The only thing I like about that map is that it's underground. Or underwater.
It's such a cool layout. Like, I know it's hard. It makes it hard to see.
Like-
But I like this so much better than the dark maps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we see that so many times. Either the dark maps or like the Protoss themed maps, and I just think it's really interesting, fun to look at. And, like a lot of time was taken to design this map, and I really like it.
I love the tile set. I love the map, how it's designed. I don't like the map itself.
So what don't you like about it then?
Um,
I like that it's got no watchtowers too. This is really cool to me.
yeah, I don't know. I don't like that little ramp right in front of your natural. I feel like because you have to pay attention to that
So
ramp.
you can end up having that be like a. I mean, it kind of makes it interesting to wall off too, and it gives you the diversity of ways to take like your third base and your fourth base, which I think is something that's really interesting, and it doesn't do it. And like there's no gold bases where it makes it like, okay, if I'm a Zerg, I'm going to go for this base.
Mm-hmm.
And even the way they set up the rocks too, it's like you can sometimes you see these rocks in a really funky, weird place, but I think that the way that these are, they do play out in the later game to give you extra like retreat or attack paths. So I don't know. I really like this map. I think it's a pretty fun one. It can be tough with like force fields, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think paths are a little narrow, and
Yep.
it's very easy to force field off armies. And,
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. But I don't know. Maybe that's why I like it.
Nothing about the map really speaks out to me that it's a special map, other than the fact that it's located underwater.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, if you hate that map, I'm gonna go ahead and say I hate Paladino Terminal.
I never said I hated Abyssal.
I think like Paladino is just to me this is a map where it's so difficult because it's like all your it's so hard to take that third. You're either taking one where it's so far away from your natural or it's like down a ramp, and I don't know it's like really fun games to watch. But I feel like this is one of these really Zerg favored maps, and I guess it's only fair because I've heard Zerg say they really like these maps in general a lot more compared to what we've seen previously. This definitely seems like a good Zerg map. It's got a pretty short rush distance, but it's again one of these maps where I think you kind of cut off the middle there, and it makes it so you have to go a long ways along attack path. But I'm a big fan of getting new maps, and I think that you can get some really interesting games on this, which is for me one of the cool things.
I like the map. I like the short rush distance. I've done a lot of 1-base all-ins and 2-base all-ins on this map.
Yes, that is
really
filthy.
It's really good for those all-ins.
Because there's some really strong all-ins on this map for sure, which it makes it good for the viewer. So I think this is one of those fun games, like fun maps to watch those kind of strategies on.
Yeah, you rarely ever see a long macro game on this map. Just doesn't allow for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all right. I'm not a fan of really. But by the time I get used to maps, it's about the time they go away. So like right when I was just getting used to the old maps and like some of these old maps, and we get these new ones, and I'm the crotchety old guy that's like, get the fuck off my lawn, because I just.
Well, we've been playing
I hate it
like
all.
Overgrowth and King Sejong Station. I mean, don't get me wrong, King Sejong Station is the best map ever. Even though it's kind of strong compared to
KSS,
Legacy of the Void, but it's like that's an awesome
You mean
map.
Frozen
But
Temple?
Frozen Temple, oh my god.
Oh,
We've been playing on these maps for so long.
Rex Reaper map. Ew.
Who knows? These might be some of those maps someday. And I think that the next one that we're going to go over maybe could be that Proxima Station. This is a really well-designed map to me, and I think it's got to be the favorite of the four they added.
Yeah, it's a good map. It is.
You got any complaints about it, Seeker?
Hmm?
You got any complaints with it from a Terran point of view?
Proxima Station?
Yep.
It's kind of hard to protect your third. If you take the third on the lower ground, you're very vulnerable to attacks. If you take the third on the higher ground, it's a little easier to defend, but there's so many pathways that the opponent can hit you from. So it's a little hard to protect that third. But overall, I think the map is a good one for me. It passes for me.
Yeah, I definitely like it. It can be a little tough to defend like some of the sieging stuff that you get at the third base there, but I think it's really cool that it has the back rocks. I know that there's kind of this polarizing thought about the pocket expansion, but it's nice to see it kind of done in this way where it gives you the opportunity to come in through the rocks there, and it has the gold base. I think in a place where it's not just like, oh, I get a free gold base. Is there? Get something you can take, but it is a lot of risk. Sometimes I feel like it can be really tough to take a fourth base here. It just ends up being so far away from your, the kind of the pathing to the fourth base can be really difficult. But I think this is like the most solid and really interesting map too. It's like you're not going to get the same kind of games that we've been seeing on these classic maps that we've been playing for like the last half a year to a year. So I'm a big fan of this one.
Were we talking about Proxima Station or were we talking about Palladino Terminal?
I'm talking about Proxima now.
We were
talking about Palladino.
Yeah,
right?
Palladino.
Yeah.
Did you ask me about my opinion on Proxima or Palladino?
Oh, I just asked you about Proxima, man.
Then I'm an idiot because I gave you my opinion on Palladino.
I was kind of wondering what you're saying about the high ground, man.
Gotta get those Zergs a bone. I don't know.
Alright, let me try this again. Why don't you ask me the question? Let me try this again.
What do you think?
How about Proxima Station there, Seeker? What do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh,
Proxima
Proxima Station. Okay, alright. So now we're moving
I
on to
love
Proxima
it.
Station. Okay, so let me talk about Proxima Station here. Personally, as a Terran player, Proxima Station, I really like it because of the backward expansion, so that it's easy to defend that expansion. So obviously you can easily pull off a two-base play, and then the third base is also like right in front of your main base, and it's easy to wall it off. So as a Terran player, I like it because it's a great way to grab three bases easy. But then after that three bases, it gets kind of hard.
Yep, that's the big
base,
thing about this map, right?
Yeah, the fourth base is very exposed, and you either take a non-gold one or take the gold one. But if you take the gold one, it's an offensive expansion, moving towards the opponent. So you're opening yourself up to attacks. I've never taken the back, or I've never taken the sideway fourth expansion. I can't do it. I can't keep it alive.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no choice but to take the gold.
But I feel like it's the same thing for both players. It's just a tough map to keep your fourth alive on. But yeah, I don't know. I like this one. I think it's really interesting. It's different than what we've seen, and it has like good attack paths and whatnot.
Yep.
What about Newkirk Precinct? You like that one?
Trash.
Trash.
Fucking
Just
garbage.
one word. We all have to come up with one word to describe these new maps.
Trash.
For Toast, it's trash.
Trash. They're all trash. Get off my lawn.
That's literally my opinion on them. I fucking hate them. I'm salty. Nope, hate them. Fucking trash.
No. And I kind of like Honor Grounds. I haven't played a whole lot of this map, though. For some reason, maybe a lot of folks are vetoing it. This map is huge, and this is the last one we're going to talk about. This map it doesn't seem like it when you look kind of from the overview, but like this map has like 4 Zelnaga watchtowers, and they're not even like in the middle of the map. It's pretty crazy.
The Zelnaga watchtowers, like, you had no choice but to activate them when you go scout.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool, like, aspect of the game. Like, every time I go through a scouting path, I'm always activating those watchtowers.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty interesting that in all these maps, it's like if you're taking a third or fourth base, you're kind of having to take them near a ramp, an uphill ramp. And I think that makes it, it's like you don't get these guaranteed easy fourth bases, and there's a lot of interesting dynamics. And again, we see a gold base here where it's like, it's not just a free gold base, it's got rocks, and maybe it plays a little bit more of the later game. So I like this. I really like the way it's designed. I hate the 4-player map thing, though. I really wish they'd make this map so that you can only get like more vertical and horizontal spawns, because cross spawns, it can be a little bit too big for me.
Yeah, it is.
Trash.
Cross spawn.
Yep, cross is trash.
Trash.
What was the other map? What was the other map you said was trash?
All of them.
Right before Underground? What?
I was asking about Newkirk.
Newkirk. Yep. Trash.
Newkirk Precinct. Okay, yeah.
I'll just meme you.
That's a map that was introduced in a previous season. I don't know why they kept it in.
Trash. I hated it then. Hate it now. Trash.
Yeah, I don't like this map. I mean, it's okay.
No.
I know it's like, here's the thing when it comes to maps is nobody ever likes the new maps. I feel like that's just the way it is. But I don't know. I think that these ones are really interesting, and I like that they brought out some new concepts with them, and I hope that we just continue to see them. We got the Team Liquid map contest coming up too, so hopefully we can get some new ones coming up in the next season.
I'm mentoring that, by the way.
Are you?
Really?
Yep.
Badass.
It's gonna be the smallest map ever made, so that you can literally, it's just for cheesing. So, which is
The straight up toast map. Huh?
Yep, toast map. Cheese only. It's the only thing that's viable.
So you're going under the rush map category then?
Yep.
Okay.
No,
All right.
no.
Well, let me tell you something.
Macro game.
I like
Let me tell you
the
something.
naturals are touching.
It's a super troll. It's a super troll map.
But it'll win. It'll get played.
There's also a shit ton of rocks. Just way too many to be viable. Like, what the fuck is this? So there's also no natural. It's a one base only. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I see how it is. Let me tell you, I'm really excited about Team Liquid Map Contest 8. We've already got some really sick entries.
I'm always excited.
Yeah, man. I mean, what are you thinking about it? I mean, as a Team Liquid admin or.
I mean, well, first off, I think it's really cool that we do this.
Yeah.
Because it shows like initiative to get the talented map makers out there to try to get out there and make a name for themselves. You know.
Yep.
Those people who struggle to get their maps known. Team Liquid, it's your platform. It's your platform to get out there.
And it's so easy to hate on maps. Like, whenever you see maps posted on Reddit, everybody's just like, oh, this is a shit map for this reason or that reason. And I don't know. I always like to see I feel like the game needs to kind of evolve. The maps need to evolve with the game because there's so many, units that can be abused with different aspects of the map right now. And it just creates such a, pivotal part of what we experience with StarCraft is the maps we play on. So
that's me.
I'm glad we got some new ones in, and I'm really hoping that they continue to add new ones with the new seasons from the Team Liquid map contest.
Yeah.
I'm the person on Reddit that says all the new maps are shit, by the way. That's just me.
Yeah, those are all your alts, I noticed.
Yep. Shit map. Fucking hate it. Downvote.
Trash.
Shit map. Trash. Hate it.
If it's just one word, trash, believe me, it's a toast alt account.
Trash.
Yeah.
Literal trash. All right. That's really all I have. What else? You guys got anything else?
I want to talk about Mana's podcast. I just thought that was kind of cool, and he was talking about, this came out a couple weeks ago on Reddit. For the new guys who didn't see it, he just kind of had an interview with, I forget who the guys were, but they don't typically do StarCraft a whole lot, but he was talking about the design of Protoss and how it just doesn't feel like it's fun, and I know that's something that gets talked about a good amount, and how Terran is a race that's really designed to where your micro can bring out the best in your potential, and I thought it's something worth checking out. I'm sure if you just Google like Mana Podcast, it'll pop up, but yeah, it's a good listen, and it's just such an interesting topic right now is Protoss and how it's so gimmicky, and the race kind of needs a little bit of a redesign, and Blizzard's really considering that. So I think it's something the StarCraft community can needs to address because it can be an issue right now.
Yeah,
it has been an issue. I should say.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I got for general news.
I don't have anything. Do you got anything, Seeker?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this Saturday, everyone, please tune in to the Polygon Invitational games we've got going on. We have Sue versus Bunny, and then we have Live versus Solar. Both games are going to be on Saturday. It's going to be 10:30 a.m. EST and 1 p.m. EST. And those games are going to be really cool. And those games are going to be casted by yours truly. So that's one reason why you should absolutely tune in.
Right. And then the interviews you'll also do, so...
Right, yeah. I'll be the translator.
Double dipping.
So, yeah, I'm busy as shit now. I am just throwing myself into esports work, man.
Yeah, man, that's what you got to do.
All
right, well let's do this giveaway. Let's do this giveaway for this beautiful Sloth Esports mousepad. All right, so to enter, you need to live in the U.S. or Canada. You need to follow us right now, and then you need to type in chat because that's the only way it'll work, I guess, for Nightbot. So do all of those right now, and then in 5 minutes. I'll do it. That should give everyone enough time to log in, to do whatever if you're not logged into your accounts. So to follow, say something in the chat, and you gotta be in North America, and then you're eligible.
I hope Kuro wins.
He's in Carol, where do you live? Like Poland? So he's not eligible, unfortunately.
Oh, never mind. Girl can't win.
I mean, I'll send it if you pay for the postage. If you pony up postage for him, I mean, he's eligible if you'll pony up the postage.
He's essentially paying for his own.
No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Seeker. If you pay for his postage, if he wins, then I'll send it to him.
I'm paying for his mouse pad.
If he wins, if you want to.
Okay.
I don't know how much that would be. It would be insane, I'm sure. But if
I guess I'll have to think about it.
well, if you only have like 4 minutes to think about it.
Okay.
All right, so guys, yeah, again, if you want to win this awesome mouse pad, go ahead and sign into your accounts. Say something into the chat. That way, the Nightbot will register you, and then we'll raffle away this mouse pad. So I'm gonna look it up. How much would it take? Like, what's postage from the US to Poland? Postage price calculator. Let's see. Don't give me zip codes. I don't know fucking zip codes. Just give me a general idea. So you can't win it either.
I'm trying to show Chad how to post a kappa.
How to meme? Looks like that.
There you go.
Honestly, the crowd's kind of dwindled. The only people we really have left are us. So it's I don't know if we were gonna give this thing away.
Maybe push it off to next week. I don't know.
It could be like I want to give it away, but if there's no one here, like,
If there's no one here, like from the US, then we'll just give it. We'll just give it away next week, and next week we will have a guest.
yeah, it literally says, there are no users available for this giveaway.
All right, next week then.
So well they've got.
All right, okay,
Well, hang on.
we'll give it away next week. It's no big deal.
I'm gonna keep to my word here. I'm gonna give them until 3 more minutes. So guys, if you're watching, sign into those accounts because there's 10 people watching apparently. So 10 of you. Well, I guess there's probably like 5 of you because like 5 of them are us. So there's at least 5 of you watching. So if you want this mouse pad,
They're all in Europe. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, everybody's here.
They're all from Europe.
oh shit,
Our fans are all European.
oh shit, the Nightbot won.
Okay.
The Nightbot one.
All right, next week then.
Congratulations, Nightbot.
Nightbot.
There
Yep.
are eligible users.
16 squads, and Seki has won the giveaway. It's a Poland.
Goes to Poland. Nightbot won the giveaway again.
Okay.
That's a bummer, man. I mean, we had like 30 people in here at one point, but I guess maybe it's just because we did it too late. But fuck,
Yeah.
we're crossed.
Maybe.
We're crossed 3 time zones.
Yeah, we can start earlier next week. I mean, I'm down.
All right.
I'm usually here at 6,
We'll play it.
6:30.
I'll tell you what. Since we'll give away 2 next week. We'll do 2 of them because I was gonna do
Okay.
one. I was gonna do one next week anyway. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, because this will come out like on at least by Saturday or so. So if you're watching us on YouTube and you want it, it's not too late. Just tune in on Wednesdays, and you're still gonna win this because we're gonna be doing this for the next couple weeks. So I've got a couple.
And your odds are twice as good.
Exactly now because now you know about it.
Ah.
Too. So perfect. But thanks
Yeah.
for everyone for watching. Thank you to our sponsors over at South Esports. You guys are fucking awesome. Your mouse pads are the best. We love you, Seeker. Thank you so much for joining us for the show. For joining us on the team, we appreciate you, man. We love having you.
Literal love, like you're my Valentine.
Guys,
Yeah.
you're awesome.
That's
You're
all.
all
Birthdays.
That's all I got. So, yep. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. We out.
I thought we were gonna sing Happy Birthday.
Oh yeah, we should. Thanks for reminding me because we're still live. All right, here we go.
Are
boys.
we?
Yep, it's Seeker's birthday. Let's sing him some happy birthday. Ready?
Sing with us, chat.
Ready? All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Happy birthday to you.
that's embarrassing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Seeker. Happy birthday.
to you.
Woo!
Like I keep trying to match up with you, and you're trying to match up with me.
It's okay. We got the point across. We got the point across. It was Seeker's birthday. Happy birthday, man.
I
Go drink some vodka, man.
What's that?
appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Time to go see Tasteless in
You're
the Cake.
awesome. All right.
All right, guys.
I'm gonna go out the room and see how sober my friends are.
Pretty sober at this point. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye.
All right, see you guys.